。走って投げて打って楽しむ大谷が素晴らしいという話でした。その通り足を見せました。
この後は盗塁っていうのね、彼のもう一つの武器もありますからね。
見てみたいですね。
こんにちは、筒香何番ですか？打順。頑張れ愛ちゃん。筒香。
英語のコメンタリーは今シーズン2本目のバントヒットと言っていますが、大谷は今シーズン盗塁8回試みて6回成功させています。こびたサードか、タイミングはアウト。これはどうでしょう。大谷自身がセーフと感じていたんでしょう。
入ったというね
ことですよね。
本当にこういうのは当事者って一番よく分かってる
ってよくおっしゃいますよね。
ノンギツネがチキンラーメンに負けた。
リクエストします。この画面からちょっと分かりにくいんですが、グラブが太ももにコンタクトしたのがどこか、左の膝に触ってますかね。ただ大谷はすぐにリクエストを要求しました。チャレンジを要求しました。チャレンジします。ご覧のように監督が要請するビデオ判定で失敗するまで何回でも可能です。ただ今もマドン監督が早くしたように20秒以内にリクエストをしなければいけません。
こんにちは。
膝のタッチが速いか、大谷の右足が速いかということで
左膝に
アウトです。
してるってことですね。
そうなんですね。
当たったということなんですね。
チャレンジ失敗です。7つ目の盗塁はなりませんでした。ヘッジスの肩が行きました。
土平日になんでみんなおんねんわら。
This could be another double play, and it is. 5 double plays by the Yankees tonight.
To losing streaks of the Dodgers and rough outings of his own. His last one was a little bit rough, 5 earned runs, but he got a W. He supported very well. I think one of the things that could turn him around tonight is to use that arm side fastball, that foundational pitch of his inside fastball to righties or away to lefties is getting hit around a little bit in his rough outings. But if he goes arm side and uses the other side of the plate, the league's only hitting 143 off it.
That is best April since 2013.
今ニューヨークヤンキースとテキサスドジャーズ試合が始まりました。ピッチャーはカーショー。ヤンキースが今ノーヒットノーラン中。
Lifts one in the air to left, sends Sugo twisting back to the edge of the line track.
乗ったワンアウト。筒香最初のアウト取りました。ワンアウト。まだ筒香がワンアウト。筒香がレフトフライもワンアウト取りました。さすがですわ。
Had more swings and misses on the breaking ball than in any other start in his career.
Also throwing it a little bit more often.
Yep, true.
You are right.
デッドボール。
First time
今
we've
日の
seen
ピ
that
ッチャーは
happen in this
カーショ
season.
ー。
That is what Castro does. And Arizona has its first base runner.
Doesn't really try to get out of the way, but those knees do work that way if you're thinking about swinging the bat.
いいと。
And now you got to worry about LeCastro on base. Mentioned it last night, but he set the major league record by going 29 for his first 29 in stolen base attempts. First time that he got caught, he dislocated his finger and had to miss 2 weeks on the injured list. Kershaw home to Rojas. Strike one.
LeCastro's a half step slower today because he just got hit in the legs.
Yeah. He's still faster than everybody else.
Let's watch Kersh. I think Kersh will do a good job. We've seen Kersh pick some people off. Most lefties that do a good job with the running game have multiple moves, and I know Clayton does.
Home with an 0-1. Rojas swings and misses. 0-2.
空振り。
Josh Rojas, 5th in the National League this month, hitting .362. Problem for Arizona is he's just about the only guy hitting. They've scored 2 runs in their last 3 games. And it's not just this last few games. They've been struggling for a few weeks now. Arizona's lost 12 of 15. Oh, 2. Inside ball 1.
Like the attempt right there, arm side into lefties like that. If there was a right-hander up also, that's a pitch that Clayton can live over there and has tons of room because everybody's expecting the fastball on the other side of the plate.
今、試合は始まったばっかり。
Got some bugs circling around Rojas. It's time called there from Will Little. Home plate umpire tonight. Fouled off.
ファウル。
And it stays at a ball and 2 strikes.
ピッチャーのカーショー。カーショーは年俸が3100万ドル。
初見です。
Even with 2 strikes, the Dodgers are not a team that pitches
こん
out.
にちは。
No team is really anymore.
We saw back-to-back pitch outs this year, and that's I think those are the only 2 we saw.
Yeah. Reached the quota for the year.
Yep.
Back-to-back pitches. Another 1-2 coming. After a throw
よし
over.
4番や。いよいよワールドチャンピオンの主演になったんやな。
本当だね。
3100万ドルはすごいですね。うまい棒10本分ですか。
お前も高すぎ。カーショーは33歳。
6 for 50 against him. A 1-2 to a lefty here. A curve is popped up. レフトショート、セカンドフライ。セカンドフライでツーアウト。
Gavin Lux is like, look, I'm the shortstop, I'm the captain. And Taylor's like,
ニ
look,
ューヨークヤンキース、まだノーヒット。8回の
So there have been a total of 15 pitch outs in baseball all year.
That's very few.
Here's Escobar with 2 away. Now, Eduardo had a 1 for 34 slide, but he has 6 hits in his last 4 games. Hits the first one that he sees.
またすごいとこにいた。
Susugo to the track to make
お
the catch.
ー、すごい取れた。すごい2つ取っていい。チェンジ。
Nothing to show for it. Kershaw with a
よしよしよし。
So the Dodgers come to bat after this.
まあ、そこは都合だから。
日本の4番の力を見せるとき。
よいしょ。あ、よしよし。よし。お、8回までノーヒットを。ノーラン。
This one off, opened the game successfully like he did last night with his 24th career leadoff home run. Got the Dodgers going in a 9-1 win. He's part of this lineup tonight with Muncy hitting second. Turner back in there as the 3-hitter. How about Yoshi Susugo batting cleanup in his second Dodger game? Taylor's at second base hitting 5th. Then Gavin Lux out of the 6th spot. Beatty in right. And Barnes, per usual, catching Kershaw. First pitch from Matt Peacock is over the outside corner. Strike one.
なるほど。
Peacock 27, a rookie from Saraland,
で
Alabama.
は、
It's outside of Mobile.
都合まで一人で出れば都合に回りま
His
す。
second big league start.
うわ、
Quickly
ツーストライ
ahead,
ク。
it's 0-2. He didn't waste any time, does he?
Not at all. Fast worker. Especially when you get the first 2 pitches in there for a strike. Here a little hesitation over the rubber. Here he comes.
With a 1-2. And ball 2.
ボール。
First big league start for him was
One ball
Wednesday
to
last
strike.
week against the Marlins. He gave up 3 runs over 5 innings. And you saw all of the numbers overall not good.
背番号
But
50。
skewed
ルーキ
essentially
ー
by
ベッツ。
one outing where he gave up 7 runs and got just 1 out.
年俸1750万ドル。ファール。
Fastball is going to be mostly 2-seamers. He throws a lot of fastballs. That's probably when he was out of the bullpen mainly. He throws a few less as a starter. We get to see because this is only his second start. And then he has the slider and the changeup. A few more changeups as a starter
本
too.
当だね。もうちょっとなんだけど
So
ね。
far, Mookie's only seen the
スリーボー
fastball
ル
and
ツー
the
ストライク。
slider.
一人出れば都合に回ります。
On a payoff pitch, Mookie. It's a bouncing
打った。
ball to
シ
short.
ョート正面。投げるまでが早い。
That is what
One
Peacock does. Really high ground ball rate throughout his minor league career. A 23rd round draft pick in 2017 out of South Alabama. Prior to getting an opportunity in the big leagues this year, last time he had pitched professionally was 2019 in Double-A. And then last year went home to Alabama and helped his grandpa build a barn and put up a fence. And when he had the time, he would lean a pillow against the chicken coop and use that as a strike zone for his throwing work. That was his alternate site. Strike one on Muncy.
That'll help you keep the ball down. That pillow on the ground down there. And going after it. Keep that 2-seamer down, looking for ground balls.
Can't miss either. Poor chickens.
88マイ
He
ル。
said every time he'd go into his
ツーストライ
window,
ク。
the chickens would hop forward in anticipation. Oh, what's going on? And then the ball would come flying and drill the pillow, and they'd freak out and scamper away. Pitch after pitch.
The feathers would come out.
こん
The
にち
chickens were
は。
my relatives.
よいしょ。こんにちは。
Jeez.
The feathers.
I'm with you.
ボール。
Two.
I was scared. I hope that doesn't hit me. Oh, wow.
One-two pitch.
ボールボール。
Back in
よ
to
し。
get
あ、
Muncy.
ストライクだっ
Two
た。
down for Peacock.
ちょっと遅れてストライク。あ、ちょっと揉めてる。揉めて
He's
る。
got one of the best
まずいまず
in
い
the big league.
13番の人揉めてる。
Lowest chase rate.
退場にならず。セーフ。揉めてた今。
A lot of movement at the end. Does it make it back to the plate? And it does. Max is going to be surprised when he sees the replay of that. Good call by Will Little.
Former college player himself, Milligan College, Tennessee.
厳し
Strike one on
い。ストライ
Turner.
ク取られた。3番、ターナー。
Turner was off yesterday after going 0 for 3 in the opener. Had one to hit there, 0-2.
Sure did.
ターナーは1700万ドル。
More of that lately from
年俸1700万ドル。
on those pitches in the zone. He's 4 for his last 26.
Another one of those games where second time around might be a little different. They get a look at him, learn his release point, learn the spin and how much the ball breaks. He definitely has above average action on that two-seamer.
Kind of discovered that pitch on accident, just playing catch while he was in the minors. Very untraditional grip that he uses, where neither fingertip is on one of the seams. Said a couple weeks ago, Madison Bumgarner asked him, "Hey, show me how you throw your fastball." And he showed him, and Bumgarner started laughing and said, "What in the world is that?"
MLB の審判めっちゃ食べてからコールする人おるよ
A
ね。
lot of times
わら
back in the day, they would call it
な
a
るほ
dry
ど。
spin.
今まさにそれだったね。
If you don't have any seams because your
ツ
fingers
ーボール
kind
ツー
of
テ
slip
ク
off of
一
there.
人出れば筒香4番筒香に回ります。
2-2. Turner
打っ
lets
た
it fly
伸びる
ball
伸びる
away.
伸びる伸びる伸びる伸びる
To make the catch in front of the
取られ
wall.
た。ハマスタなら入ってた。
Both the top and the bottom of the first, putting scares into the pitchers,
残念。
ultimately brought in.
「ハマスタなら入ってたか。わら。
よいしょ。ハマスタなら。ニューヨークヤンキース。9回裏のマウンドへ。今田のヒット、ノーラン。
And these are the batters he'll face. The only guy that's got on base
ちょっ
is
と
Charlie Culberson.
お名前はわかりませんが、
That walk came with one
ノーヒットノーラン達成するか
Then
どうか。
Jose Trevino, who was 0 for 2 and back to the top of the order. Willie Calhoun will be just the first Texas
これが
Ranger
本来の使い方。
to
ハ
face
マスタ
him
なら。
4
わ
times.
ら。
That's how
本
extraordinary
当の使い
Kluber's
方。
performance has been.
謎のピッチャー。
And the Corey Kluber story
今
is
季
an
背番
amazing
号
ノーヒッ
が
トノーランで出るみたい
having
です
pitched
ね。
just one inning
向こうが。
last
よいしょ。
year. Signing as a free
ね
agent
そうだ
with
ね。
the Yankees for 1 year,
今日出れば
$11 million.
5人目か
The
な。
Rays and the Red Sox pursued him as well. He's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner out of Stetson University. He is not your typical hard-throwing, dominating pitcher, but Paul, he's the type of pitcher that when he's on, he's dominating without velocity.
Yeah, you can see early in the year he was starting to have, a good slider here and then miss. He has consistency again, and that is what is his. I mean, when you look back at his great years, it was because he was able to consistently throw nasty sliders, and he's done that
Dodgers
all
trying to
night.
move to 7-1 on this homestand. 15
さあ、
6
カーショーが早い
The
か、
third right-hander is
ノー
Charlie
ヒットノーランが早いか。
Charlie won 7th out of their last 9, and the Padres, who have now won
そう、最
9
後。
0-1.
Andrew Young leads
こっ
off
ち
this
はボール。
inning, takes ball one from
Culberson,
Clayton Kershaw.
Trevino, and Calhoun
Depending on what the
in the bottom
Cardinals
of
do
the ninth
tonight,
inning.
the West could have the 3 best records in the National League. They have 3 of the best 4.
On
Oh!
top, 2
間に合った
With the Cardinals.
よせよせ、シフトが効い
one
た。
away.
ワンアウ
The
ト。
Giants just keep on winning.
Mike, I'm going to tell you right now, that
イン
is
ターマイ
not
か
the
と思った
play
け
you
ど、
want as a
守
player.
備位
And
置が良かった。
this is an
Tatis came back
in-between
today
hop.
from the
DJ
COVID-19
LeMay, who
list
makes
and
it
went
look
おー、怖い
easy.
ね。
I'll tell you what,
in his first
that
at
is
bat.
a tough
怖いね、
play
今の取り
to
方。
start the eighth inning.
And ended up
ま
trying
た
to keep
2
his
人。
foot on the bag and went into the splits and did keep his foot on the bag. Full splits.
Kluber's
2-2.
今かなりいい当たりだったからね。
Rays, what's going on the field? Always looks
Got
stoic
back in
on
this
the
count
mound.
with back-to-back sliders, one high,
Doesn't
one
show
low.
emotion. And David Dahl is going to pinch hit for Jose Trevino.
He's got his first strikeout.
おー、三振。カーショー三振。
こ コリー・クルバー3勝2敗中で間もなく100球。
2-0 and then 3 sliders in a
間もなく
row.
100球、3勝2敗。コリー・クルバー。
80% of his strikeouts this year come on that pitch.
あ、優秀な選手。
Gives him his first one tonight.
空振り。
David Peralta. Left-hander against left-hander. Strike one.
うわ、カーショーすごいな。
Peralta won for his last 10. It's a guy Arizona really needs to produce for him offensively with all the injuries they're dealing with.
1-2.
Interestingly,
Oh,
it's
come on.
Marte, one of their top
Come on,
hitters who
come on.
been out since the first week of the season, activated tonight, but not in the lineup.
Maybe the legs are good enough to hit, but not good enough to play 9 innings of defense. And they could use his bat in a key situation.
Guy that hit 32 home runs.
あー、まずい。頑張れ。よし、取った。いや、当たりも正面。いやいや。いやいや、動いてキャッチ。あと1人。間に合うかな。もう間に合った。そうなの？すごい優秀な方。本当だね、飛んできても欲しくない。今、ダイヤモンドバックスがツーアウト取られたところ、ニューヨークヤンキース対テキサスは、テキサスの最後の攻撃、ノーヒットノーランまであと1人。ヤンキースの投手、ノーヒットノーランまであと1人。カーショ、この回、あと1人。次は都合から。あ、セカンド、正面。おお、決まった。おめでとう。おめでとう。おめでとう。
Continue what he's done the last couple seasons, where he's been close to league average offensively. Can't lay off the curve, and it's quickly 0-2.
ノの達成だ。
おめでとう。
おめでとう。
めでたいな。
みんな抱き合ってる。お、三振。ではこっちは閉じます。さあ、4番都合の出番です。ついに来ました。ワールドチャンピオンの4番。
ノーノー達成したんか、パチパチパチ。
ノー達成したヤンキースの投手。
世界の4番。
世界の4番。
マジか。すごいな。
すごいね、ヤンキース。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
つこうまだ。
この後すぐ。もう間もなく。この後すぐ。
DA のお友達かな。
どうかな。
贅沢言わないからホームランでいいよ。
game are brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealers. Keep sliding
Let's
for
go.
the Arizona Diamondbacks and their offense, and also for Clayton Kershaw with the great slider that we've seen so far this year. Rock the Rook Part 2. They got Corbin Martin yesterday. Now they got to get Matt Peacock. Got him with 3 home runs yesterday. Let's have some more dingers. 3 yesterday. They only had 3 in their 5 games prior to that. Let's get the home run ball going.
Maybe the first one from Sasugo is
Moru,
something.
Moru,
Peacock. Hey, you're never going to believe this, but there's been another no-hitter.
ランナーいる。
ランナーいない。一本だ。あ、頑張り頑張り。惜しい。
Corey Kluber
残念。
has no hit the Texas Rangers. First Yankees no-hitter since Cubs' perfect
引っ
game.
張ったんだけどね。
The Roundup brand's reliable performer
引
is
っ張れ
Chris
た引っ張れ
Taylor.
た。
How hot has this guy been? Third in the
前に
league
飛んだ。
percentage overall this season. First in the month of May. He's reached in every game in which he's played this month.
セカンドゴロ。
Not only this month, he's near the league performers at the
うん
top
と、
for the whole season. We hope that continues on. His body work and his career and what he's doing the first half of this year so far, all-star deserving, we hope.
Strike one from Peacock.
悪くはなかった。では、
Tie-breaking
そうだね。
run in last night's game. He also scored
また後
an
に。
additional run and now leads the National League in
よいしょ。
runs scored.
あーでも打者一巡。
バレたから偉い
Some。of that is circumstantial.
よいしょ。
Guys
うん、
around
そうだ
him,
ね。
but
打者一巡するかもしれない。
he's reaching base.
愛ちゃん、こんにちは。
Score if you don't get
こん
on.
にちは。どっち？
And he helps himself as an exceptional base runner. Look out.
危ない。
Just gets out of the way as that one slips out of Peacock's hand.
The slider that slipped out, and very fortunate it's 86 miles an hour, so you have a little bit more of a moment to get out of the way. If it's 96 instead of 86, that has an extra foot on it, and you see where the blur of the ball is. Think about another foot closer to you at 96 miles an hour. That would have been a lot harder to get out of the way of.
と。
Thankfully, Chris does, and now waits on a 2-2. Swings through it. 2
うん、
out.
空振り。三振。
Goes back to the slider and still hangs it, but fortunately not at Chris's head.
So Matt Peacock has retired the first 5 that he's faced, and now here's Gavin Lux, who hit a grand slam last night, and on this homestand, 2 home runs, 10 driven in. This guy's the first one to left.
お、伸びる。あ、伸びない。
And the Dodgers down quietly
う
here
ん、
in the
剣
second.
に。どっちもサクサク。
As we go to the third.
.こんにちは。今日は、まさかの4番ですね。わらわら。
よいしょ。こんにちは。今日4番。ね、びっくり。よいしょ。 む。
On a gorgeous night here at Dodger Stadium. Scoreless game as we move along to the third. Joe, Orl, and Kirsten. This homestand has been kind to the Dodgers. 6-1, outscoring opponents 43-16 in those 7 games. Kershaw to face 8-9-1 here in the third.
何人ぐらいいるんだろう。あ、そうなんだ。
Catcher Stephen Vogt to lead it off.
結構やってる人いた。
Started the first game of this series. It was Dalton Varsho.
あ、都合に飛ぶかな。
Tonight takes ball
1。カーショー。そうだね。カーショーは
So the Kluber no hitter. It's the
去年
second time Texas.
去年10試合投げて6勝。
The Turnbull no hitter.
その前は29試合投げて16勝。
No hit this season. And the Indians have been no hit twice this season. So 6 no hitters against 3 teams. 2 balls, 1 strike on vote. 6 no hitters. We're in mid-May. The major league record for no hitters in a season is 7.
こんにちは。
出場してます。
よー、筒香4番。4番。レフト、筒香。
Got a chase, 2-2.
Clayton went 2-0 to the first hitter last inning and then threw 10 straight strikes to get out of the inning. He started the same way this inning.
4番、筒香。
2 straight strikes. And it's the exact same pitch selection too. 2 fastballs and to get back in the count, 2 sliders.
10試合6勝ってすごいね。
Swatted the left.
すごいね。さすが。あ、
Will make the catch.
おー、筒香3つ目。
This game for either team.
おー、筒香3つの後を取りました。
It's
レフトフライ3つ目。
It is. It really is.
筒香が取ったら、ヨッシーの曲が流れるのかな。
Not on the Cardinals in a 3-game series beginning on Memorial Day, May 31st. Plus enjoy
違う。カーショーは味方。
the newly renovated
カーショーは味方だよ。
including Shake Shack,
お
California
さすが
Pizza
今
Kitchen,
日
and
のポ
more
ジシ
to
ョンは
visit
サード。
Dodgers.com.
Left-o.
Tickets to make your
残念
purchase.
そこは。
レフト。
Strike 1 on Matt
外野。
Peacock, who got his first big league hit and his first big
筒
league
香が、
game.
筒香が取ると、ヨッシーの曲が流れる。
Became the first guy since 1945 to get an extra innings win and a hit in his big league
あ、
debut.
ファル。
So what do we do? The league's hitting 236. It's the lowest of all time. 6 no-hitters in the first month and a half.
Pitching is definitely ahead of hitting.
本当だマリオの音
Curve
楽だ。
gets him 2 out.
にマリオの音楽流れる。
One solution would be to start
三振。
teaching the lesser ability big league hitter to not hit with the current swing, which is hit according to
So,
your
Yoshi.
ability level and what the pitchers are throwing that night, and actually adjust your swing
これで
to
ツーアウ
the
ト。
pitchers and what type of pitches they're going to try and get you out with, and actually try and beat a shift if they're shifting on you. I think that the elite hitters, they can swing any way they want, and if they want to swing for the home run in the gap and
打
hit the
線
ball
発表
more
の
in
リ
the
プラ
air,
ン
but
もヨッシーた
we
くさん
might
い
be
ましたね
seeing。the pitchers adjusting
いっぱいいたね。
a lot more to the
Clean up
hitter's new
your
swing
seat.
than the hitters need to adjust back.
Strike 1 on Pavin
今日も
Smith.
ヨッシーもアメリカで人気者。
I mean, if we start thinking about moving the mound
人
back,
気者。
shrinking the strike
ど
zone,
ちらも
バッターはピ
ヨッシーのリプラン
bringing
が
the
溢れてる
ball back up.
This is really just a
違う
continuation
か。
of a trend. You know, not necessarily the no-hitters, but
今な、ツーアウ
strikeout
ト。
rate
3
going
回。
up. It's been going for 15 years in a row. A little bit outside, 2-1 on Smith. There are fewer fastballs than ever. The fastballs that are thrown are harder than ever. And the breaking stuff nastier than ever. Just a really hard time to be a
あ、
hitter.
ファル。
After the 1968 season,
今一番。
they lowered the mound. That was the year of the pitcher.
And the batting average that year, Orel, was 237. Again, 236 right now. A 2-2. A chopper to first. There's Muncy. Take it to the bag and finish another 1-2-3 inning for Kershaw.
守備も硬いですね。チェンジ。
ポンセがスーパーマリに続いて、ゴンがヨッシー。
うんだな、確かに。
わず、チャット、A、ベースボール、ゲーム、LOL。
筒香。なんて言えばいいかな。
Fan of the game tonight, presented by Pacifico and Marie from West LA. Looks like she's having a good time. Wearing Dodger blue and drinking it.
Some blue Kool-Aid.
No scores. We go to the bottom of the third. Matt Beatty to lead it off. He takes a fastball for a strike from Peacock, who's retired the first 6 that he's faced.
大魔神もメジャーでピカチュウとコラボしてたし、ベイスターズは任天堂と縁があるかもですね。
Peacock, 23rd round pick out of South Alabama.
なるほど。
Where his first 2 years he basically pitched in mop-up.
今バッターは
ERA was north of 10. The way he put it, he had control so bad he couldn't hit the ground with his cap.
7番。
It's a swing and a miss here, 1-2. So he has surgery to remove bone chips from his elbow and couldn't throw the ball when he came back. So he retired. And he went to work for his family company as a welder on sawmill equipment all over the country, traveling around all summer, working 90-hour weeks.
マット・ウェイティ打ち上げた。マット打ち上げてセンターフライ。マットセンターフライ。
And down in Mobile, Alabama, and where he's doing a lot of his work, we're talking just oppressively hot summers, working these 90-hour weeks. There was one day in particular, he's standing there and he starts to smell some burning, and he's thinking, what is going on? And he looks down and sees that his rubber boots are melting. And that's when he said to himself, you know what? Maybe I ought to give this baseball thing one more shot. He goes back to South Alabama, tries again. He says with a completely different mindset. That is ball one on Barnes. Basically said, look, instead of trying to strike everybody out, trying so hard, I'm going to throw a sinker, and I'm going to pitch with a what do I have to lose attitude. And he dominated, became the team's closer a year later, a year after working in the sawmills. He got drafted, and 4 years after that, here he is as a big league pitcher. So you understand when he says, I cannot believe I'm here. Chopped to third, backhand Escobar crosses ready to get Barnes. And Peacock has retired the first 8.
サードゴロでツーアウト。バーンズ乗ってないの。
Two-seamer in. Barnes got the head out a little bit, but Escobar.
バーンズ乗ってる。
He said it's,
ロースターに乗ってる。次はまた。こんにちは、カーショー。
Strike one on Kershaw.
The Diamondbacks are looking for pitching, so the opportunity's there, just like it was for last night's starter, Corbin Martin.
カーショー打ち上げた。ショートフライ、センターフライ。センターフライでチェンジ。どっちもサクサク進んでます。どちらのピッチャーもヒットを許していません。
筒香選手はどうですか？
今日4番で2球目を打ってセカンドゴロ。2球目打ってセカンドゴロでした。
ママ、次の回からですね。つっつ頼む。
そうだね、次の回、一人では都合に回ります。
オースティン・バーンズっていうのか。
オースティン・バーンズ。キャッチャーはオースティン・バーンズ。
ただいま。
あ、おかえり。
愛さん、今日の服かわいいね。そして似合ってる。
ありがとう。あ。
Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Jack in the Box. Dip into this. Grab a box of 15 tiny tacos or get them loaded. Only at Jack in the Box. No runs, no hits for either side as we go to the middle innings with the sun setting in Los Angeles and Clayton Kershaw goes back to the mound.
It's a food fight, an MLB food fight presented by MasterCard to determine which ballpark food is the best this year. Fill out your bracket and vote for the Dodgers at MLB.com/foodfight.
I think I saw some stiff competition in round one facing Tropicana Fields short rib something dish.
We're not going up against the pulled pork pierogi hoagie, are we?
I think they retired that.
All right.
Beef braised short rib grilled cheese is the first round opponent.
That should just be kicked out. Too many ingredients.
Disqualified?
Yeah, disqualified. Dodgers move on.
Okay. Performance enhancing short rib.
観客、楽しそう。
Dang you, Brace.
そうだね。マスクしてない人もいる。
With 3 strikeouts, the only base runner was Tim LeCastro, who was hit by a pitch. And it'll be LeCastro to lead off this inning.
ワクチン打ってるからマスクしてないのかな。
These next two hitters for the Diamondbacks, you don't take your time on the infield if you get a ground ball.
空振り。初球空振り。
ワクチン接種はね。
has him as the single fastest player in
ね、日本もそうだね。
Right behind him, Trey Turner.
Yeah. Stabs
もう変化球。セーフティーワンと試みるも空振り。ノーボール2ストライク。
29 of his first 29 in stolen base attempts. The guy whose record he broke, Tim Raines, was one of his first coaches when he broke into the pros. Reaches out, swats one to second.
取ったセカンド前。セカンド前。あと。セカンドうまかった。足までも速かった。ギリギリ。
You can play him anywhere on the field. He's going to give you gold glove type defense. And we said you can't wait very long, and Chris knew that. Great baseball clock and a very strong arm. Nice stretch from Max Muncy. And LeCastro is out. You got to have speed on defense too for that range.
Josh Rojas, ball one. Just finish off that thought about Tim Raines. Raines was a roving base running instructor in the Blue Jays organization, and the Blue Jays are the team that initially drafted Tim. So he learned from him and then broke his record a few years later. Sent the Spikes to the Hall of Fame. Rojas popped up his first time here on a 1-1. Takes in the dirt, ball two. 2-2.
First time in the series, the Dodgers have not shifted on Rojas. Maybe something to do with Clayton's stuff. They're playing a conventional defense.
Ichiroのおじいちゃんの名前なんて知りません。
ねえ、知らない。
With Clayton's domination against left-handed hitters, they probably are playing conventionally because they know that the bunt and the chop is in the arsenal of the hitter now. Because they can't hit him the right way, where they pull the ball or try and get it in the air, the lefties. So playing against what the tactics might be.
Lefties 6 for 55 against Kershaw this year. A payoff pitch is taken low. First free pass issue. A word from the Home Depot.
Join Pro Extra to save time, save money, and get rewarded. Heavy hitters score with the Home Depot's Built for Pros loyalty program.
Here's Escobar.
Wow! Nice.
Now, there was a White Sox scout that went to a field in Maracay, Venezuela to watch a young catcher play a few years back, but couldn't take his eyes off of the 5'8", 140-pound left fielder who ran the bases like Pete Rose.
そうなんだ。ワンアウト一塁。待ったわ4番。
He ran the bases like Pete Rose and he swung the bat
4
like
番
he
エ
was
スコ
trying
は
to kill the ball.
背番号が5、背番号5、エドワルド・エスコバー。
アリゾナに住む毒蛇から。
So even though he
そうな
was
の？
tiny, White Sox took a chance on him, moved him to shortstop. That is off Barnes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Debuted with the White Sox for just a handful of games and was a below average player. Went to Minnesota for 6 seasons. Never was much of a player there either.
766万円。6万ドル。766万ドル。エドワルド・エスコバー。
Awesome offensive player.
あ、筒香、センター。センターの頭の越えた。ホームラン。ホームラン。ツーランホームラン。カーショー打たれる。初ヒットがホームラン。エスコバーに打たれた。
At the ball he just left up, and Escobar does not miss it. It had the sound and the distance. Mookie Betts can't do anything about it.
エスコバー。エスコバー相手。相手のバッターがホームラン。
home runs this year at 10.
Andrew Young pops the first pitch up. That'll become a souvenir. And with that one swing, Arizona matches its total from the previous 3 games combined.
名前似てる。
名前が似てるね。エスコバー。エドワルド・エスコバー。
Kershaw was a home run that did most of the damage his last start. Adam Duvall had that 3-run shot. For the most part, he's been good at keeping the ball in the yard this year.
He
really has. The fastball's gotten beat up a little bit. The slider and the curveball have not at all.
1-1 to Young. This is up, ball 2.
よいしょ。アンディ・ヤング。アンディ・ヤングは、年俸が57.5万ドル。
Young, who struck out his first time, swings and misses at a
空振り。
2-2.
Young has struggled with the breaking ball this series. I'd be very surprised if he sees anything straight right here.
Slider.
見逃し三振。これでツーアウト。
Fourth K for Kershaw, 2 gone in the fourth.
でもヤング OPS が 1.285。今当たってるバッターは三振。投げた次は6番。
David Peralta with the bases empty and 2 out takes a fastball high. Grounded out his first time, 1 for his last 11 now. One ball, 1 strike.
ファール。
頑張れタッカールス。
よいしょ。バッターはファール。ファールじゃない。ファール。
When you have that 15 mile
バ
an
ッターは
hour
ペラルタ。
between your fastball and your curveball,
ペラルタ。
even when you throw it for a strike and the hitter
年
seems to
俸は
be on it,
350万ドル。
you get it just a strike.
33歳。
That's where the advantage of having that
5
huge
年は
gap of speed between 12
3割
to
バッ
15,
ター。
17 miles an hour compared to the curveballs that are only 10, 8, 9 mile an hour differential. The hitter can keep that fair when it's 10 mile an hour and under, but you get to 12, 15, 17 miles an hour where you're changing speeds that much. You not only have the advantage that you're throwing them something that's breaking, but the off speed gets the ball pulled foul.
One of the reasons Clayton has never been desperate for a changeup. The curve essentially serves that purpose.
三振だけど振り逃げになってしまった。振り逃げ。
It might
Catch
go
that
as a
for
wild
the-
pitch, but Austin Barnes will tell you that he should have had it. I think it goes right between the wickets. Yeah, he tries to pick it. He doesn't try and block it. The ball skids. Expected it to come up. Just a little too much assume on that play.
ツーアウトランナー一塁。
That was strikeout number 5 for Kershaw. 5 more, and everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. Inning kept alive for Ahmed. Struck out his first time on 3 pitches. Runner takes off. Barnes throws and immediately erases him. Arizona gets the first runs of the game, or the first hit of the game. A 2-run shot from Eduardo Escobar to the bottom of the 4th.
今何番？今また今7番。7番打ったの時に盗塁して盗塁失敗。
Shakey's Pizza is celebrating our educators with a Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza, plus a virtual teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com for your chance to win.
バッターは1番から。ドジャースは1番から。
Dodgers down 2-0 as
1
we
番
go
の
to the bottom of the fourth, looking for their first base runner of the game against the
番号
rookie
50
Matt Peacock, making his second career start. Delivers strike one to Mookie Betts. And now ball one.
番号50のベッツ。ベッツから年俸1750万ドル。28歳。打ち上げた。打ち上げてファーストフライ。ランナーが1人出れば4番に回りますが、1番バッターはファーストフライ。2番マンシー。年俸750万ドル。まだ。次はマンシー。左バッター。まだドジャースはノーヒット。まだノーヒット。2巡目に入ります。
By the way, speaking of good zones, Dan
マンシ
Mozell,
ー
who you complimented a couple times last night, did
マンシー去年は1割9分2厘。
especially in terms of consistency. He was like 99th percentile. And you gave him a good old
ホームラン12本。
double thumbs up clap pregame when he looked up here.
They come out for the exchange of the lineups. A lot of times they wave up to the press box to the different guys in the
フォアボールワンセグ。
booth. As we caught their eye, gave him a double thumbs up. You did a very nice job.
筒香まで回せ。4番レフト筒香背番号28。
ツーボールワンセグ。
Got a lot of new umpires over the last calendar year or so. There were several that opted out last year. Several of the veteran umpires opening the door for some younger guys to come in. Muncy, this one down the line. There's the first base runner of the game for the
ライト線長打コース。
He's
二塁に
going out
打っ
double.
たバッターは二塁。ヒット。さあこれで筒香に回ります。
Max got rung up on a two-seamer that came back over the inside corner. In his last at-bat, this at-bat, it looks like he was looking for something like that. Watch this one come back. Might have been a change-up the way he got out in front of that one and where they were, vote was set up and trying to get the location.
よしよしよし筒香に回った。
よしよしよし。
Hit it to the wall and
バ
right
ッター
fielder's
は
first time.
タ
Comes
ー
up
ナー。
representing the tying run.
長野は
4番筒香いい響き。
右バッター。
Strike one from Peacock.
ターナー去年3割7厘。 厳しい。さあとコースギリギリいっぱい。ストライクが決まってノーボール2ストライク。今のは厳しいコース。今のは厳しい。ターナーも苦い顔。
Last time the hitter sees that ball it is a ball in their eyes, but if it works its way back as quickly as that one did, it might have caught the zone.
おお。
甘くなれ。
同じようなところ、ボール。もう1個。1個から2個外れてボール。
今日は不都合それとも筒香。
よいしょ。さあ次。フォアボール2ストライク。
On 1-2, Turner lays
おお、振らない。
off the
おお、振
slider,
らない。
evens up.
2ボール2ストライク。
Sliders
振らせたい。
Peacock's best
バッ
swing
テ
and
リーは
miss
振らせ
pitch.
たいが振りません。
Movement is
ああ、
fast
スリー
enough.
ボール
Very
に
surprised coming
は
in
した
that
くはないところ。
fastball didn't have much swing and miss in it.
何
Just movement.
メモを見る。
It was that maybe
ピッ
most
チャー
guys
は
are just topping it, hitting ground balls.
ピッチャーは ピッチャーメモを見ます。
Slider tonight has been a ball out of his hand, and he hasn't gotten much chase with it.
横浜時代の Y
Hasn't
の
really
筒のユニフ
established
ォー
that
ム
he could throw it for a strike.
ユニフォーム。さあ、ツーボールツータイク。悪い。外の球では悪いじゃない。三振。キャッチできなかったみたいですね。なるほど。キャッチできなかったみたいですが、ファウルではありません。三振です。
The Dodgers last night had 9 runs on 10 hits and 6 walks. No runs on just 1 base runner through 3 2/3 against the rookie tonight. And it's Susugo. Grounded out to second his first time.
4番筒香。4番筒香。初球。ボール。よし、初球は見た。低め見てボール。ワンボール。
Susugo, who signed with the Rays out of Japan. Had some discussions with the Dodgers. Dodgers did scout him heavily. It's part of the reason why they were so confident making a move for him. They've done their homework on him before. It's a strike, it's 1-1.
95マイル。
If he could have chosen, if he could have gotten an offer from every team, Dodgers would have been his first choice.
ワンボールワンセク。
ちょっぴりドラゴンズブルーを感じるけど、気にしない気にしない。
気にしない。ツーアウトランナーは2塁。ヒットが出れば1点。ホームランが出れば2点。同点。ボール。よーし、よく見てる。低め外れてボール。ツーボールワンセク。手を出しません。筒香。
ビッグベースボールよ。
ここの筒香はまだバットは振りません。
見えてるよ。
見えてるよ。ボール。スイングル。威圧感来てる。筒香に対し、筒香威圧感来てます。スリーボールワンセク。ピッチャービビ逃げるようなボール、空振り。ストライクかな。ボールに。ギリギリストライクかな。ラストボール。よー、抜けた。悪い。よし。これよ。
バンザイ。ラッパの応援いるんですね。
いない。私が流してるだけ。私が流してるんだよ。4番。つなぎの4番。この1点は大きいね。2点取られた後の1点返したのは大きい。ランナー、一塁ランナーは筒香。
Second time around the order, Dodgers are 2 for 4. So a little different after you've seen the youngster for the first time. Now you go back up there with a little experience.
4球でよかったのにね、ピッチャーね。2本球。ボールするから。ホームランで逆転。
Sugo with the first hit off that fastball. Now they're 1 for 10.
On a 2-1, Taylor takes it low, ball 3.
スリーボール。やっぱ4番が打ったから乱れてる。
これからたくさん打ってほしいわ。
これからたくさん打つよ。
Taylor trying to extend his on-base streak to 15 games. He's reached all 14 this month. 381 in that stretch.
抜ける。ああ、正面か。
With the Dodgers getting the board, Yoshi Susugo with a 2-out base hit, and it's 2-1 after 4.
負けた。エンジェルス負け。おや、投手が負け投手。ではなく、同点だから、勝ち負けつかず。
愛ちゃん、こんにちは。つつもうさんどうですか
4番の活躍した。
World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the newest, friendliest, and safest casino resort. Good times. And by Mercury Insurance, low rates, big discounts, great insurance. Only one hit in this game for Arizona, but it was a 2-run home run for Eduardo Escobar, and they lead the Dodgers 2-1 to the 5th inning. Yoshi Susugo getting LA on the board with a 2-out RBI hit. Bringing home Max Muncy last inning.
ヒット出て本当に良かった。
よかっ
And it was
た。
Ahmed who was at the plate when last inning ended with Peralta getting
今日はね、ツーアウトランナー2塁の場面で、
to the order coming up
フル
here.
カウントからレフトにタイムリーヒット。レフトにタイムリーヒットを打って2対1。
One ball, no strikes.
よいしょ。
With a strikeout his first
都
time
合
was
の
5 for
タイムリーヒッ
30
トで
against
2対
Kershaw
1。
lifetime. All 8 years of his big league career in the division with Kershaw. Hits his ball well. Back to
わあ、よく
center.
飛ぶ。
Bats to the track.
間に合う間に合う。
Hits at the wall.
わあ、
It's off
取れなかっ
the
た。
wall. Ahmed with a
都合
double.
が髪のをキャッチして、中継に返してノーアウト2塁。
So a couple guys who have struggled against Kershaw in their careers in Escobar and Ahmed.
なんかセンター
fought
の
very hard against him tonight.
センターの選手、どことなく
You give
桑
this
原
up,
みたい。
you just hope it's not out.
大谷
And
翔平
Clayton gets
5回途中
rescued
無
by
失
the
点で降
wall,
板し
and that gives you a breath of fresh
リアル
air.
二刀流って
Mookie
のも
giving
すご
it
いね
an
まるで高
excellent
校野球
attempt.
だね。
ねえ、そうだね。
ことが大事だね。
Just
惜しかった。
4
misses
番
it.
起用はとりあえず当たった
A
ね
little。closer to the wall, or maybe a little different timing of the jump. But that athlete right there, if he can't get it, probably nobody can.
センターはね、誰だろ
Runner in scoring position for the
う。
8 hit
1番のベ
Stephen
ッツ
Vogt.。
1番のベッツ、オールドスタイルだし、
One ball,
セ
no
ンターも回ってる
strikes.
し、
Mookie
右バッターだ
sets
し
him、up, trying to hang.
桑原みたい。
Just as the glove starts to come down, the ball arrives.
ドジャーズに来たら隣に桑原がいて驚く質問。
1-1.
センター桑原。
本当だね。
質問は
センターはね、ベッツ。
逃れられないのだ。
センターベッツ。
ゲッツ。
で、青い。ゲッツーチャンス。ここは三振が欲しいところ。
ドジャーズの桑原。
Curveball stopped by
catch up,
Barnes.
Tomino.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Nice block by Austin. As big as Clayton Kershaw's curveball is, when it hits the dirt with all that spin, it can really ricochet. You see it catches him up in the right hand shoulder pad.
今すごい跳ね方してた。
Come back to the catcher. They don't continue on the same way they're breaking.
ツーボールワンセグ。ノーアウト2塁。
On a 2-1 vote. It's a bounce
引っ張った。
second.
セカンドゴロ。はい。
Just
お
in
ー。
time to get
あと、
chugging up that line. The third
送り
goes
バ
on
ッティング決められる。
Subscribe to the Dodgers at home to receive a summer gift box featuring a Hawaiian shirt, World Series replica trophy, World Champions commemorative puzzle, and more surprises. Plus, gain access to exclusive digital content and enjoy early access to sales and special events. Visit Dodgers.com/Dodgers at home and join today.
Infield will come in as the pitcher Peacock comes up. And takes in the dirt.
止める。今日カーショー調子良くないのかな。
His money's worth in this inning.
Slider, you got to guard between your legs. The curveball, you're probably going to get it up a little higher like you did on the shoulder. Difference between blocking the slider and the curveball.
手のあれば、わら。
よいしょ。ね、今日は日本の放送局やってないからね。急に移籍するからやってない。あ、スクイズ。あれ？スクイズじゃなかった。あ、やってしまった。ああ、やってしまった。おや？お、何が起きた？何が起きたぞ？そう、あれか。本当に今セーフティースクイズするの。ランナーが内側に走ってたからかな。ランナーあとセーフティースクイズ。カーショーが取っていい。三塁ランナーは突っ込んでいなかったのでね。ファーストに送球。ファーストに送球するも、ランナーが内側を走ってたので、内側を走ってたので、内側走ってたランナーに当たってボールが点々と、それを指摘したので、打ったバッターをアウトにしてランナーを戻します。
実況お疲れ様で数はよくして。
もうやく
4番なんてすごいことだよね。
原則的な魔物だけど、ランナーがね、今、内側を、あ、退場しちゃった。審判、退場コール。待って、退場しちゃった。監督退場しちゃった。
But unless you are stepping, striding, reaching, or sliding,
わざとじゃないけど、ただ送球、相手にダイヤモンドバックスの監督が抗議に出まして、抗議に出たところ、判定に納得がいかず、ドジャーズの監督じゃありません。ダイヤモンドバックスの監督。まだ、退場になったけどまだ。内側はね、内側を走ってたから、大丈夫。まあでも内側走ってるんだよね、これ。内側走ってるからアウトって言われちゃうよね。本当だね。
監督退場って日本ではしばらくないですね。
しばらくないね。
監督退場珍しいね、今時。これが
もう勝つかな。
MLB の審判文句言ってきたら即退場にするからな。わら。
まあこれでドジャースの人はツーアウトランナー3塁。点は入っていません。
チャレンジで攻撃したかったもんね。
そうだね。 チャレンジ、リクエストでね。それで、なんていうか落ち着くからね。
昨日、なんとなく、
監督も、
MLB 時代のモーガンの乱闘どうな見た？
日本の監督、それで落ち着いて、まあ納得するから。
よかったよかった。
これで、ツーアウトランナーは3塁。
Playing a call like that can give you a lot of energy on the mound. Let's see what
試合
Clayton
終
can
了
do
後
with
に
it.
退場になった中畑さんを思い出す。
Ahead 0-2.
Really good fastball location and
まあ、ランナーが内側を走っていなければ、ファーストがキャッチできたと思うので、
Three strikes this one.
まあ、しょうがないね。
リクエストなくておもろかったです。
Set up for whatever you want, but if he really goes to bounce it, Austin's going to have to block another
で、
one.
早かったけどね、今、抗議。
Pitcher on the leadoff double.
抗議して対応。
The 0-2.
打ってないか。
No swing, ball one. 7th overall pick, 2006. Against 7th overall pick, 2017. The 1-2. He struck him
おー、
out.
三振。
Chase on the slider.
三振。ノーアウト2塁のピンチをしのぎました。
Halfway home in a
ベース
2-1
自体は
game.
洋館なんだね。
そうじゃないと、こっちだとね、そうじゃないよ。
試合的には面白い試合だね。
そうだね。これで1点差。
愛ちゃん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
Giovanni from Moore Park, and his favorite player is Mookie Betts. You can join Junior Dodgers for a chance to be the Junior Dodger of the game at Dodgers.com/JRDodgers. Gavin Lux looks at strike one from Peacock.
バッターは、
Dodgers 1-1 on 2 hits through 4 innings against the rookie.
バッター、ラックス。
Lux, who flied out to left his first time. Smacks a
引
bouncing
っ
ball
張ってファースト。跳ねた、跳ねた、跳ねた。ああ、セーフ。
Lux aboard to open the
何
fifth.
やんだかなエラーかな、どっちかなエラー。今のはエラー。
Swatted at it. I think it's going to be called an error.
ね、今日も
E3. He might have
球
thought
種っぽい
about
ね。
overhanding that ball, but it's tough throwing it to a moving pitcher and all of a sudden spin around and
Mira.
overhand the ball. But the underhand toss was not going to be fast enough to get the speedy Lux.
ノーアウトランナー一塁。
Turn around, pick up the pitcher, and tried, but
石川内
no.
野手。
ファーストだから、左
Lux
の
is aboard on what
左
is ruled an error on Smith. His first
左投げ
error
の
as
ファ
a
ー
big
スト。
leaguer.
そういうことも。 ねえ、竹色ね。どうなる
looking for his first hit of this series. Fly to center his first time. He's over 7.
ゲッツーになってしまう。ああ、初球ゲッツー。
Routine double play for Ahmed.
ドジャースの選手のスライディングすごい今速かった。避けるような感じ。初球。いきなりゲッツー。やっぱどこも一緒だね。一緒一緒。どこも初球から打ってゲッツーもするし、ワールドチャンピオンのチームでも初球から打ってゲッツーする。
左利きファーストは有利なのに少なくなった。
なんだ、外野に行っちゃおうかなかな。うわ、取らないなし。
Seen him hit the ball with authority deep to left lately.
空振り。ただ、ゲッツーじゃなければ次のカーションまで回ったところだったんだけどね。
竹広さんの引退セレモニーなんだっけ？
もう今日はね、セレモニーの予定だったんですが、わかりません。どうなるかわかりません。
次、心地の良い駅、首都圏版ランキング。1位は、まさかの急浮上を見せた、みなとみらい。
うん、そうなんだ。おめでとう。
Matt Peacock feeling it out there. He's shaking off the veteran catcher. Went right to his two-seamer end, Austin Barnes. Vogt wanted it away. With that movement, you can put it anywhere you want.
受け継がれるジエンゴの系譜。
Got away from him there. Count evens 2 and 2.
2ボール2タイク。
みなとみらいはハマスタまで徒歩20分くらいです。
あら。
Speed the 8 pitch coming to Barnes. Takes it down and away and he's worked the count full.
あ、そうなんだ。じゃあハマスタ効果だね。ハマスタ効果。
Peacock has exceeded his most pitches in a game this year through 64 in his first start last week. Number 69 coming here. A payoff to Barnes.
あ、打った。空振り三振。
Through with 5, Dodgers down 2-1.
.これでもう1本くらい出てドジャースも勝てば乗れる。
乗れる。長打が出れば乗れる。 こんにちは、こんにちは。
Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever.
やっちゃえ、日産。日産のロゴがちょっと違うな。
When all you can dinner is think about Postmates.
ポストメッツ。
On an Eduardo Escobar home run, the Diamondbacks have a 2-1 lead
見たい
as we
ね。
go to the 6th. Timmo Castro gets ready to lead this inning off against Clayton Kershaw.
カーションは6回のマウンド。5回のマウンドか。5回のマウンドへ。
パチモンかも。
まさかの偽
Castro
物
hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out in the fourth. Now 3 for 29 since returning from the injured list with that dislocated finger.
お。おね、お。の。
珍しい時間帯に放送してる。
よいしょ。休みかどうかはわかりません。
Trying to break the label of being a novelty player. Just speed and then the hit by pitches. And Arizona thinks that there's a lot more in there.
16番。
Couple cute features.
読めない模
There's
様。
a legitimate
ロカーストロ。ティム。
dangerous hitter in there.
ティム・ロカーストロ。
Wouldn't hit him second
ま
if they
たは
didn't
ティ
feel
ム・ロ
that
カース
way.
トロ。
Plays off this high fastball.
去年は2割
He
9分。
says that he's finally
年
learning
俸
truly how to hit as a
57.5万ドル。
player and minor leaguer even early on as a big
伊打
leaguer
点
relied on
球
his
速9回最速の
speed.
スプリントスピードを
Really
誇る
diving in the
伊打点
science of hitting lately. Down in a Kershaw
三振はなど筒香はね次2人出れば回ります。
Big inning for
ティム
Keep the
ティムは
game
三
right
振
here in check. He leads off next
今の
inning.
が
They would probably hit for him, but if
2
he has
番
a
バ
really
ッター
clean, smooth inning, it looks like he can go another inning. Dave Roberts has weighed the pitching
い
against
っ
the
てらっしゃい。
offense and let pitchers
キンドルで
continue.
買えるよ。アマゾンキンドルでも買えます。アマゾンで買えばお店に行かなくても漫画が読めます。この機会にぜひキンドルで購入してみてください。
Two strikeouts on curveballs for Clayton, and the
Keen
rest
doru.
of them all, the other 5 with the slider.
ロハス。
バッターはロハス。
セヤナー。
ブル。背番号10。
左ハス。
背番号10ロハス。ジョシュ・ロハス。年俸 57.5 万ドル。キンドルで買えるよ。
2-1.
本が売ってる。
Shot in there again. Just left it a little
関係ないんじゃない？
the lane.
ジョシュア。
ジョシュ・ロハス。去年は1割
Breaks in there, 2-2.
1割8分。年俸が 57.5 万ドル。今シーズンは2割7厘。手形2割7分7厘。
Rojas says the only walk tonight against Kershaw came in the fourth.
ロハス今シーズンホームラン5本。ホームラン5本。
On this
フルカウント。
pitch, Rojas bends back on
見
strike
逃し三振。
2.
ロハス見逃し三振。
イエスの本名ヨシュアと同じスペル。
The fastball in at 91
そうなん
that
だ。
missed up and in, set up a couple more strikes later in the at bat, and especially
4番。
this one right here that made him flinch.
Those 7 Ks for Kershaw. Now Escobar.
さあ4番のエスコバー。
Difference in this game, and here
さあ
is
4番
Rojas,
エスコバー。
Statcast powered by Google Cloud.
前の打席ホームラン。
Picked on a high
今日
pitch.
ツーランホームランのエスコバー。初球
Started
変
it
化
with
球
a curve this time.
見送ってストライク。
It was his 10th home run of the year. 30 driven in now. Both those top 10 in the league. Gets
Oh,
into
check it
this
out.
one.
ショー
In
ト
shallow left
シ
field,
ョート
Gavin
ショート
Lux. And what you
ショー
call
ト
an important inning. Kershaw
よし
goes 1-2-3 to the bottom
チェ
of
ン
the
ジ
sixth. That's 2-1.
エスコバーは応援したくなる。横浜で
名前ね
速報。さすがに速いねドジャース筒香。移籍後初打点のタイムリーヒット。エスコバー。
タイムリーヒット。エスコバー。4番エスコバー。
ベル・エスコバーか。男は黙って打つだけ。
守りもいいみたい。守りもいいのかな。守備は平均レベル。平均レベルの守備。ユーティリティプレイヤー。
Dave Roberts delivering that news just a moment ago.
It's so frustrating as a starting pitcher. You wait your 4 or 5 days to go back out there. You put your heart and soul into your workouts. You have a good game going. Offense hasn't been there for you yet, and you feel like you continue, but skipper says no, we got to go with the offensive substitution.
Strike one on Rayleigh, and they took that conversation, it looks like, down the tunnel.
代打かな。カーショーに代わって代打。
Ball on a strike on Rayleigh as Joe Kelly begins to warm for the 7th.
空振り。
Change up, cut and miss, 1 and 2.
ベイスターいた？
It's foul. Mutual respect. Those two guys, Kershaw and Dave Roberts, not wanting to show each other up by losing their composure at all there in front of cameras.
For sure.
今、ドジャースは1点ビハインド。
6
回の裏。もしいた？
Sometimes you can forget.
ご飯食べてないね。6回の裏。さあ、逆転さえね。逆転してカーショーに勝ちを。打った！抜けた！狭いところ抜ける。狭いところ抜けてノーアウト一塁。さあもう一人出ればすぐに回ります。ノーアウト一塁。バッターは1番のベッツ。
Dodgers trying to get Kershaw for the hook here. Top of the order coming up. About to get their third look at Matt Peacock. And there is no action in the Arizona bullpen. Again, the previous high for Peacock was 64 pitches. He's at 75 and about to face the lineup a third time. That's Rayleigh, by the way, his first one of this most recent call-up. April 28th to find his last.
何すごい。何今の。
次はホームラン打つから。
ボール。よし、ボール。ワンボールワンストライク。メッツは2割5分5厘。サモア OPS が0.815。今のファール惜しい。レフト線惜しいファール。引っ張ってファール。フェアなら長打コース。
Just a little out in front. The way the ball works in on you as a right-handed hitter with that two-seam fastball and that changeup. The only one that works away from you is the slider.
そうだよ、筒香メジャー初ヒットタイムリー。
Get off of me, trying to keep it fair.
ワンボールツータイク。ノーアウト一塁。
Nine run at first, sixth inning. 1-2 pitch again is taken
ボー
out.
ル、見送ってボール。
2-2 and the bullpen
ツーボール
begins
ツ
to
ータイ
stir
ク。
for the Diamondbacks. That is Taylor Clark.
ウィッキー
You can understand why Torey Lovullo is trying to squeeze every last drop out of Matt Peacock. The bullpen has not been good. That's it. Fly ball to center field for Tim Locascio.
伸びない伸びない。センターフライ。
Mookie
打
is
ち上げてしまっ
0-3.
てセンターフライ。ワンアウト一塁。
One of the great baseball matchups is coming to town. It's the San Francisco Giants battling the Dodgers for the first time this season. The four-game series begins on May 27th. Get your tickets now at Dodgers.com/tickets.
Giants won their 7th out of their last 9 tonight.
ワンと
Giants and Padres tied for the best record in the National League. So there's that 4-game series next week where the two teams will get together for the first time this
バッターは
weekend
マン
in
シー。
San Francisco. Muncy
ボール、
takes
初
ball
球、
1.
外のボール。見送ってボール。マック
Max
ス、
doubled and scored
マ
the
ックス
Dodger
マン
run
シ
in
ー。
the 4th inning.
見送ってストライク。
1.
Max just gave himself a little pep talk. He was a little upset he didn't offer at that pitch right there.
佐野圭太さんランチしながら
Luke
観戦
Braley is
中
not going anywhere. Unless Max Muncy drives him around, he is not going to attempt a stolen base.
On a 1-1, Muncy watches
ボールボール。
ball 2.
おお、低め見送ってボール。ツー
Max
ボールワン
5
ストライク。
home runs, 12 driven in his last 12 games. Braley at first, one gone, a 2-1 pitch.
ボール、おお、スリーボールワンストライク。低めを打たせてゴロ。ゴロを打たせてゲッツーが欲しいところだけど、手を出しません。バッターはマンシ
The
ー。
same type of sinker that you saw on the
4
second
球
pitch
チャン
that
ス
he。didn't offer at. He needs to throw you a strike.
Muncy rips
スリ
it
ーパッター、お
to right.
三塁まで行ける。一塁ランナーは三塁
Second hit of the
へ。ライ
night
ト前
for
ヒッ
him.
ト。
The Dodgers have him cornered
ワンアウ
with
ト
one
一塁
out.
三塁。ワンアウト一塁三塁。ドジャ
Max hit
ー
a
ス、
changeup
チャンス
in
を
his
広げま
last
す。
at bat, and in this at bat, he gets an up changeup and stays with it just long enough. He's out in front, but it's elevated, and he elevates it also. Drops to a knee to get that one in air.
回る
First
回る
and third,
回
one
る
out.
これで都合まで回ります。
Kipper and Clayton
ゲ
Kershaw
ッツーがなければ
continue to
都合
feel
に
good.
回ります。ピッチャーが変わりますね。
さあ
And
盛
it
り上がっ
looks
て
like
まい
that
りま
is
した
going to do it
ピッチャー、
回った
for
Giants.
Matt Peacock. Holding the
Giants
Dodgers to just
でいいのか？
one run, but the men at the corner is his
野
responsibility.
球を見ています
It's a
よ。
one game in the 6th.
ジャイアンツじゃない。ダイヤモンドバックス。ピッチャーが変わります。
犠牲フライでいいぞ。
本当だね。
Vtuber を見るの初めてです。ご飯食べてたけど、筒も活躍した。
活躍した。どこから？
Big league start is here at Dodger Stadium. He's held the Dodgers to a run over 5 1/3.
Sorry. I can't speak English.
Who's out brought to you by In-N-Out. This
Sorry,
is Taylor
sorry.
Clark, who the Dodgers saw on Monday night. Got a run against him in 1 inning.
Right-hand batters have hit 321 off him this year. He's inherited a couple of runners, but neither one has scored. But right here, Justin Turner coming to the plate. He wants to cause some damage.
さあピッチャーが変わりました。バッ
Turner's got
ターは3番。3番のターナー。ひげ。ワンアウト三塁一塁。犠牲フライで同点のチャンス。
あなたが英語の解説を理解していますかと尋ねました。
Clark, the 28-year-old from Virginia, deals, and Turner
打ち上げた。
off the end of the bat to
これだと犠牲フライにならないな。初球打ち上げた。
Turner on one pitch. Brings up Sasugo with 2 gone. Time now for the lane performance spotlight. The lone run in this game for the Dodgers coming on Yoshi's first career RBI.
A deep count where he'd seen a lot of sinkers away. This one he saw at the end of the count and just slapped into left, beating the shift. Welcome aboard, Yoshi Sasugo.
2 walks in his debut last night. The RBI singled in the 4th tonight.
ツーアウトだから、もう自分の、こんにちは、自分のバッティングやるだけだ。犠牲フライとかないから、自分のバッティング。俺は期待するね。初球見送った。初球は見送る196キロ。
さあ、筒森さん。向こうのアナウンサーに呼ばれてる。思い切って言ってほしい。そっかーる。そろそろタイミング合うかな。
俊足。待て。あ、確かにサードついてないから、確かにそうするね。サードついてないからね、投げたらもう。
アカン逆転してまう。中日に行ってしまった筒の海が見える。彼は散歩する。
4球でもいい。おお、悪。惜しい。惜しい。
ワンヒット
で逆転。ワンヒットで逆転。
あらー、エミ。惜しかった。あと一歩。
YouTube 終わった。怒られちゃった。YouTube ダメだったか。
ああ、打点つかず。惜しい。あれ？怒られたかな？カントストリームゲーム。腰痛で G メンすごいね。では、また後で。becoか。愛ちゃん。 急遽放送しない NHK が悪い笑い。
YouTube から、そっか、聞こえないか。
つべは、筒香の打席全部は見れなかった。
ニコニコの方に。
World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Try the new hand-breaded chicken sandwiches from Carl's Jr. Feed your happy.
配信が一応再度有効になる。
Backs up 2-1 as we go to the 7th in LA.
有効になった。今有効になったから。
Time for the Jimmy John's freaky fresh take.
ダメだったか。
Bullpen, the Dodger pen, not like the starters.
音は大丈夫なんだね。そういう意味だと音は大丈夫なんだ。
They have really turned the corner. The foundation of the pitching staff has been the starters, and now the bullpen is chiming in, and it is working really well.
さすがに怒られた。怒られました。見る、なんかね、書いてある。
Diamondbacks and give the offense a few more innings to catch up.
まあ、また有効になるって書いてある。
But in 2 games against the Marlins Saturday night, Sunday, no base runners over 2 innings.
ってなると、
Andrew Young to lead it
もう
off.
次の打席から
6 and 7 coming up.
流せません。
Tails in there, strike 1 at 97.
もう早かったね。生まれるの早かった。
映像はダメってことだね。
映像はダメってことだね。ニコニコはわかんないけど。
仕事が早い。
Curveball bounces short.
ね、ほんと。
Wide throw, but a tag from Muncy. One gone here in the 7th, and we check in with Kirsten.
Joe, you mentioned there that Joe Kelly took a little bit of time off after his first outing, and I spoke with him about it, and he said after going in there and playing, you noticed a few things in your mechanics, and so being now returning from Arizona, being back with the pitching coaches, he's been able to work through those things, get back into his game day routine, maintaining his body, and just being worked on by the training staff, and that's allowed him to really re-lock in.
まあ別に私はいいんだけど。
His third year with LA. David Peralta.
筒香をね、セカンドゴロでチェンジ。筒香はセカンドゴロでチェンジ。ね、確かにそうなりますね。
愛ちゃんがバット持ってジェスチャーで。
なるほど。
Change up, strike 2.
You know what Kirsten mentioned that Joe Kelly is talking about. Rehab is one thing, simulated games is another, but getting out there on a big league field and getting that extra level of adrenaline and energy. Sometimes you find out that your foundation is not quite as solid as you need it to be. And they tinkered a little bit, got that foundation a little bit better, feeling more comfortable.
Banged into the ground. Turner shifted over there. 2 up and 2 down for Joe Kelly. A quick word from Morongo.
Good times are calling you. Play with friends. Good times.
Joe got off to a really bumpy start to his Dodger career. First batter that he faced against Arizona, Christian Walker, hit a home run against him. And at the end of May in his first season, he had an 8.35 ERA. But a 2.45 the rest of the way. That included a stretch from the beginning of May to the end of August that first year. We had the #1 ERA in baseball.
今のもかなり見えてる箇所少なかったんだけど、半分ぐらいか。半分ぐらいだったんだけど、怒られちゃったね。
He hasn't been out of that lane where
the pitching
plate and home plate. He's just taking his body right in between those two, and the ball is following along.
This is by a touch there. Glasses came off.
音声実況だけで十分だよ。愛ちゃんのためにも。
ありがとう。
Buckles his knees, 1 and 2.
よーし。
Very encouraging signs here tonight and in his last outing.
チキンレースみたいな思考に。わら。こんにちは。
よいしょ、確かに。こんにちは。
Cleanup of his shoulder looks like it is functioning really well, and he can rely on it. Bullets are coming out very accurately.
Joe Kelly.
三
With
振。
a third consecutive perfect inning. He's looking around
三
for
振。
顔
something.
にしてもダメか。
I don't know.
そうする。
He didn't know there were 3 outs, I don't think. Austin Barnes fakes him out because Justin Turner wants the ball to give a souvenir.
どこまで怒られるか
We're
な。
done, guys. Come on.
ジョーか逆さまにして映すとか。
なるほど。なるほど。なるほど、なるほど。
To go inside the box score, brought to you by Kona Brewing Company. The Dodgers with 4 hits tonight, 2 of them from Max Muncy. The lone run driven in by Yoshi Sasugo. They trail 2-1 to the bottom of the 7th.
Max Muncy 2 for 3, and the rest of the team 2 for 19. Need some other participants in the offense.
Taylor to lead it off against Taylor Clark. He misses away with the first one. Chris is 0 for 2 tonight. Had another chance for him to extend his on-base streak. Have 14 games right now. One.
These 3 hitters coming up have all been hot of late, so this is a good portion of the Dodger lineup. Taylor, Lux, and Beatty.
On 2-1, Taylor shows bunt and takes a strike. 2-2. Or is that a ball?
It was a slider away, and I think it was a ball.
Okay, so 3-1.
Home plate umpire Will Little was checking to make sure he pulled the bunt back. Called the pitch a ball.
So Taylor in the driver's seat here. Dodgers down a run, 7th inning. Quick pitch. Ball 4. Boy, Taylor's hardly even settled into his setup there. Clark came firing it home, but it missed, and the leadoff man is on.
Friday on an all-new Backstage Dodgers presented by Cadillac, Dustin May meets with the Dodgers head team physician Dr. Neil Elitrosh and undergoes Tommy John surgery. And Tony Gonsolin prepares to return to the active roster at the Dodgers facility in Arizona. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers presented by Cadillac this Friday.
With a couple left-handed hitters due up, they're going to go to the left-handed pitcher Joe Manaply. Tying run aboard. Go-ahead run coming up in the 7th. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers. Dodgers trying to go to 7-1 in the homestand. They'll have to do it and come from behind fashion tonight. It's 2-1, bottom of the 7th. Joe Manaply on to face Gavin Lux with Chris Taylor aboard to open the inning.
Manaply with the fastball hovering around 92. He's got the slider and the changeup, and to left-handed hitters, 50% fastballs and about 50% sliders. He will abandon the change.
今ね、ピッチャーが変わったところ。
Dodgers on Monday night struck out 2 in a scoreless inning. Albert Pujols in the on-deck circle where Matt Bader's due.
背番号55。準備中。
Gavin Lux 0 for 2 tonight. The huge home run last week. The grand slam last night.
アルバート・プホルツ選手。準備中。
ゴジラ。
ゴジラ？ノーアウト1塁。ノーアウト1塁。バッターは今。ラックス。
He sees he's an everyday guy now, and he doesn't have to worry about losing the spot if he goes through a bit of a rough patch.
それを今日は筒香が1点、打点3打数1安打打点1。
Always been a guy that's going to face righties and lefties. Never really thought of him as a platoon player, but this year so far, lefties have gotten him.
7回の裏はノーアウト1塁。
On a 2-0, Lux watches
3ボール。3ボールノーストライク。あるよ。あるある。バッターのラックス選手。年俸 57.5 万ドル。去年1割7分5厘。マイク。
He was taken all the way there. And he was trying to keyhole him right here.
年齢は23歳。16年の1巡目。
Here comes the 3-1. Gavin Lux takes
4球。4球来た。試合負けてる。あれ4球出る。 4球。
Warm reception each time he steps up there. These are the kind of spots they had in mind when they first made the call to Albert. Before the injuries, the domino effect that led to what his role is probably going to be, and that is starting most days against left-handed pitching, and even some starts against righties. But this is where he's going to make his money with the Dodgers. Pinch hitting late in a key spot.
ノーアウト二塁一塁。ホームランで逆転。長打でも逆転。一塁ランナーを返せば逆転。さあ、左投手。初球。見送ってストライク。89キロ。違う、89マイル。89マイル見送ってストライク。
Third appearance this year, just the 13th of his big league career.
89マイル。2球目91マイル見送ってストライク。これもストライク。追い込まれる。追い込まれてしまった。チェンジアップ。チェンジアップ？ファウル。なんとかインコース当てた。インコースのなんだろう。あっち。
We know where he is at in his career that he does not run well. So he's a good double play candidate. He's going to try and get the ball in the air, have it touch the outfield grass.
That was the problem yesterday. He was hitting it hard, but it was on the ground and grounded out 3 times before he got hit by a pitch. On another 0-2.
打った。そう、落ちないかな、落ちるかな。あ、落ちた。落ちてしまった。おお、落ちた。魔物来た。すぐ拍手を送ります。セカンドとライトの間というか難しいところ。よし、こう。何？取りに行ったんだけど。もう取りに行ったんだけど。でもダメだ。丸い。ノーアウト丸い。待ったわ。ボール、初球ボール。またオースティン。またはチャンス。ノーアウト丸い。またオースティン。右バッター。オースティン・バーンズ。去年は2割4分4厘。150、年俸150万ドル。初球はボール。高めストライク。オースティンは打つ。こちらのオースティンはキャッチャー。こちらのオースティンはキャッチャー。もしオースティン。ファウル。3塁線ファウル。オースティン、今シーズンはホームランは分かんないよ。オースティンいるキャッチャー。 去年1本打ってる。今シーズンはまだ打ってないかな。ちょっとわかりません。まあでもなんか打ち方が似てる。もうね、この後、もうちょっと。あと、1。オースティン・バーンズ。あ、本当だね、確かに。タイラー・オースティン。こちらはオースティン・バーンズ。2ボール2ストライク。あと、1、2、3、4人。4人出れば筒子。4人 ?1、2、3、4人、5人空振り三振高め空振り三振90マイルまっすぐなのかなまあ高めでやる外野フライ持ってきたかったねワンアウト満塁ワンアウト満塁三振だよね代打が来ましたウィル・スミス代打ウィル・スミス去年ホームランは8本年俸は 57.5 万ドル初球なるほど初球見送ってストライク動かしてるのか今シーズンスミスは2割6分4厘ホームラン4本ウィル・スミスファウル高めのまっすぐ高めのムービングボール打ってファウルこれで追い込まれるウィル・スミス追い込まれました
Will coming off back-to-back two-hit games. And an 0-2. Watches a change miss, ball one.
俳優ワンボール2ストライク
Several right-handed hitters for the Dodgers who typically hit well against lefties. It just has not yet this year.
もう一球まだもう一球まではボール球投げられるまあ勝負なんだろうねボール外れすぎだよく見送った2ボール2ストライク次はさすがにストライクゾーンに投げるのかな投げるんだろうな甘くなり
昨日のレイズ戦に筒も押しつけたと思ったらチェジマンだった
似てる伸びる弾いてたあららライト弾いてしまった1人2人目帰ってきた魔物来たライトに強い当たりライト滑り込んでボールもグラブに当てて弾いてしまいました魔物が来てるでもいい当たりだからあれからランナーいたから焦ったかな犠牲ぐらい焦ったかな目が離れたのかな目はちゃんと見てる感じだったけどランナー気になったかもしれませんね本当だ
Like one of those professional gift wrapping services where it's incredible. You can't even like see the tape. You don't even understand how they make those clothes so beautiful. No, it's unbelievable.
これで逆転ドジャーズ2点を返して逆転2対3 2対3さらに ワンアウト二塁一塁。
Peters, by the way, pinch running for Pujols as Mookie takes ball
バ
one.
ッターはベッツ。バッターはベッツ。これに1点リード。ストライク。でも
Strike one.
今のピッチャーかわいそうかな。
Betts
まあ
finally
いい
with a
当たり。
2-game on base streak coming into this one.
いい当たりだったけどね、正面だからね。
Got a walk in game one.
正面というか、まあ、取れる範囲。
クラシックスタイル
Got
のね
Peters at second, Smith at first, and on this 1-1, he
お
corks
っ
one
と
to
う
right
わ、
center
すごい
field.
すごい。
Castro on the
間抜ける
move.
あ、
He won't get there.
また取れなか
He
っ
does catch a break as it bounces into the
た。
seats.
うわ、どこ行っ
Brings
た
home another run, and the
ホーム
Dodgers
ラン
lead 4-2 on a Mookie Betts double.
あらら
ツーベースヒットも
スポルツアイド辻野の大活躍やおお流れ完全に来てるね
なんか今取れなかったから、ツーベースヒットかな。
Some ways the Diamondbacks
打球が伸び
have
る。
recorded 3 outs, but they're still on defense, and Mookie Betts makes some pay. LaCastro with his speed
あ、
almost
違
gets
う違う、
there.
ワン
Looks
バウンド
like
し
he
て、
actually overruns and
ワンバウン
overpasses
ド
it.
して、
Take a look. Nope,
グラブの
just
横。
barely doesn't extend his
グラ
arm, and then
ダイビングキャッチ
bounces
試みるも取れず。で、ワンバウンド
Mookie
し
ends
て、
up with 2.
どうした
スタンドへ。ワンバウンドしてスタンドに。エンタイトルツーベース。
Dodgers here in the 7th to take
これで
a
さらに1
4-2
点追加。
lead. Their first lead of the night.
エンタイトルツーベース。4対2。
Clayton Kershaw off of the hook. Put in Joe Kelly in position to get his first win of the season.
二塁一塁からエンタイトルツーベースで
You know,
1
the
点を追
Dodgers
加。さらに
very
ワン
positive
アウト
run
二塁
differential
三塁。
throughout the year, but a lot of that
さ
has
ら
been
にワンアウ
carried
ト
by good starts
二
to
塁三塁。
games. Pretty even late in games. On this homestand,
あれやってる。
plus
お、
18 from the 7th inning
Oh.
on.
エンタイトル
マンシー。
一気に
バッターはマンシー。
And really getting on track, and the offense
勢
being
いあ
able
る。
to score against the opposing team's bullpen.
試合開始4時間
Muncy
半前
two
の
more
話
hits tonight.
まだ雨は降っていませんが空は
Strike one.
雲で覆われてます今永登りたい投手の復帰登板石川武宏火のセレモニーができることを祈るのみです
ね、ほんとだね。あ、雨。うん。浜さんを避けてほしい。
やっぱりドジャースって強いチームですねこういう試合展開最近ひいきで見てなくてね5連敗してるんですサンキュー
ね
スタッ、フ
強いね。強い。空振り。マンシー追い込まれる。まあ、この回はちょっと、ダイヤモンドバックスは、ちょっとエラーもう、エラーかなさっきのもエラーかなさっきのはエラーじゃないか。
Good stop by Stephen
またま
Vogt.
たしてるね。
Mentioned this the other night, but he is perfect this year.
ファ
Blocking
ーストの
balls
エ
in
ラ
the
ーか
dirt.
最初エラー違う違う、4玉か。
テトリス効果が
あと2人。あ、違う、あと1人。あと1人出れば、筒香に回る。
Ball two strikes on Max Muncy. And apply fires. Muncy
あ、デッドボール
the bases are
デ
juiced
ッドボー
again.
ルでも痛くないのかなマンシー、デッドボールで一塁へ。ワンアウト満塁。
Try and throw a
マンシ
nasty
ー、デッドボー
breaking
ル
ball when your defense is not helping you out.
そう。
And you
次、3番のターナー。
hit a guy.
Again, Torlavello was
高
thrown
野
in this game earlier.
つまり、レッツーがなければ筒香に回ります。
Making the moves at this point.
球場
Turner
盛り上
comes
がっ
up
てて
and
ね
they go back to the
盛り上
bullpen.
がってる。
Dodgers scoring 3 here in the 7th to take a
ピッチャー
4-2
変わ
lead.
る
これは勝つではありません。どうですか愛ちゃん。
勝つじゃありません。
ドジャースを背負せだね。
本当。
2 walks, 2 hits, and a little bit of help in this inning for the Dodgers to go from down 2-1 to in front 4-2. And a chance for more with the bases loaded. And it's still just 1 out. Stephon Crichton comes on to pitch to face Justin Turner.
Dodgers have really flipped the script from 2021 this year when they have been behind after 6. They are 2-12. This is the one time when Arizona felt like they could put wins away when they've been ahead after 6. They're 13-2, but the Dodgers have come back and now are in the lead.
Crichton, their closer, moved into that role late last season. He's had 3 blow-ups, though, and that includes the final game before they came here to Dodger Stadium this week. Outside of those 3 blow-ups, 1
はヒットがありません。3番ターナー。
Chance for Turner to really crack it open.
要求、
Top of
ス
the
トライ
zone,
ク。
strike 1. They got 5 in the 7th inning last night. They got 3 in the bank
見てる？
here.
今ね、7回の裏。7回の裏。
And on an 0-1, Turner watches
ボー
ball
ル。
1.
ワンアウト満塁。ワンボール、ワンサイク。
Opportunity for Justin to get healthy as far as his batting
What
average.
the-
and RBIs. Most of the stats that he has built so far this year were earlier in the year. But May has not been kind to
いつも
him.
のバッティングフォーム、ちょっと変わった感じ。
元に戻った感じ。
1 and 2.
セグ。変わったから元に戻った感じかな。
It's backwards
いい
from his
時。
career trend, right? Yeah, slow start. It's up as the weather does. June has always been his best month. The 1-2. 2-2. Another
ツー
stop
ボール
for
ツー
Vogt.
テクすごい曲がる。4対2。ドジャース2点のリード。バッターはターナー。ターナーは年俸が1700万ドル。年俸1700万ドル。
筒香が移籍した衝撃でガッキーが結婚してもうたんや。
そっち？
はい。
すごい高い。
打ちそう。
打ちそう。打ちそう。去年はね、3割7厘。
おひげ。
ひげ。
Bouncing ball, cut off at third. Has scored a second one. Young to first is in play to limit the
筒香に回らず。
damage. Take advantage of a couple of mistakes defensively from Arizona.
安い。ゲッツーで筒香に回らず。
ドンギツネよりチキンラーメンが勝ったってことや。ああ。残念。
ショートゴロゲッツ。
やってしまった。それはいかんでしょ。なんてこった。三塁じゃなかったの？
デッドボールで、 マーシーデッドボールでワンアウト満塁。で、ピッチャーが変わってゲッツー。
ほらターナー。わら。
ターナゲッツー。ターナ今日ノーヒット。
そうなんや。
よいしょ。
この年俸でも、こういうことはあると。わら。
ね、ほんとだね。
ターナー立てないの。
今日はターナだけ打ってないね。あ、まあ他も打ってないけど。こんにちは。ターナだけだね。ターナ LOB が6。
平日の
ターナ6残塁。
わら。メジャーもよくあるんだけど再確認。
ね、よくある。ターナーは6残塁。
たまたま打ってない。
Calendar as this homestand winds down. Dodgers trying to move to 7-1 on this homestand with one more game to be played tomorrow at 7, and then it's up to San Francisco for 3 games
そうだね。
with the Giants.
ターナーよく打ってる。
The road trip will continue from there to Houston. We'll take
まあ、
on
ド
the
ジャースは
Astros for 2 next week. BJ Peters, after pinch running for Albert Pujols, stays in the game. He'll play center. Betts moves from center to right.
ドジャースはあと2回押さえれば勝ち。
Victor Gonzalez with a 4-2 lead on for the 8th inning.
Dodger bullpen has been the difference in this series for sure. The starters, of course, have outpitched their starters, but the Dodger bullpen has an ERA of 1.69 in this series. The D-backs bullpen over 11.
わら。
そうだよ。ドジャースファンです。
あっちでは、ありふれた名前なんやろね。
そうだね。
Team high 19th appearance for Victor Gonzalez. First one to Stephen Vogt, misses away ball 1. 891 coming up here for Arizona.
ドジャースは
2 runs coming in the 4th on an Escobar homer.
日本人が多く所属してるので
星のおもちゃ使わないの。わら。
2-0.
本当に使えない。
Dodger bullpen is really starting to get healthy with not only healthy arms, but some productive arms. You watch Joe Kelly's outing. You know that David Price is back, throwing the ball well. Jimmy Nelson, Blake Trinan, Kenley, and Victor Gonzalez have all been throwing the ball well. Starting to have some pieces that Dave Roberts can go to and depend on.
あのノリさんも所属したドジャースよね。夜にポチる。
そうだね。夜試合があればやります。
3-0 pitch.
今日の夜
Pitch
は中
walk
止で
to
しょ。
open the 8th, and just like that, the tying
あ、
run
4
comes
玉。
up.
まだ発表はされてないから。
大雨降るから農家さんは大変だ。と思うじゃん。
まだね、発表されてないからね。
Umpire out for a visit. It's going to be Ketel Marte to make his first at-bat since April 7th when he went down with a hamstring injury.
今日はね、もう夜は試合がなければやりません。
Second baseman in 2019.
試合がなければ放送しません。
Went from hitting 32 home runs to hitting
まだ降っ
just
てない。
2. Got off to a great start this year before the injury. Somebody that they badly need to get back, and they're going to get him back here in a big spot in the 8th.
Mark Pryor delivers the scouting report. Victor Gonzalez might have also gotten a tip on how to get the ball in the strike zone. He's usually a strike throwing machine, but a little off this year when it comes to that, but still been effective as far as getting people out.
Aiちゃんにもバーチャル家庭の事情があるんや。
So Gonzalez trying to find it and does for strike one to Marte.
降水確率 90% だからきついね。仮想現実。
26 years old in his 7th big league year.
てるてる坊主の由来は坊主じゃなくて美しい女の子。てるてる美少女。
Switch hitter from his natural side here. On an 0-1 pitch. Watches a change for strike two.
愛ちゃんは実況の英語全部わかるの？古代の中国
わかんない。
雨が降りすぎて不作になっていた。
何もわかんないよ。
Last full season, the only guy that had a higher WAR than Ketel Marte was Cody Bellinger, 2019. And an 0-2 hole here as Gonzalez comes home. And a bouncing ball to third. Picks up Turner. Second one. To the first. In time and double play. Marte still working his way back from the hamstring injury. They were able to ring him up a double play.
It's very close. They might take a look. Especially at this portion of the game, Justin Turner grounded in a double play at the end last innings, trying to start this one for the Dodgers. Marte cut down his stride there as he approached the bag. He looks safe now. Anticipating being safe, but made it closer than it should have been.
They are going to review it. I tend to agree with you. I think this is.
今判定中。すごいね。よいしょ、ちょっと。どうなのかな。これなら大丈夫じゃない？よいしょ。こんな感じ。これならいけるんじゃないかな。これでもみんなもわかんないな。わらわら。ちょっと薄いね。いける。薄めで見るんだ。
There's the call. He is safe. So Marte aboard on the fielder's choice. They keep the tying run up there as it turns around to the top of the order and Pavin Smith. Smith 0 for 10 in this series and some issues defensively tonight. First error of his big league career, and then not an easy play, but a play that could have been made off his glove on a pop-up from Pujols. Help open the door for the big inning. First pitch from Gonzalez. And there's strike one. Victor has found it after the 4-pitch walk to open the inning. Count evens 1-1.
セーフ。一塁はセーフになって。ワンアウトいる。モザイク？モザイクだとわかんなくない？
Lefty's only hitting 154 off of Victor this year. It's a good equation for the Dodgers here.
2 balls, 1 strike.
MLB の亡霊ってことにしておこう。いや、映像は止めた方がいいよ。よ
いしょ。
3-1.
モザイクないな。
YouTube、よし、何も見なかった。
Unusual for us to see Victor struggle with his command like this. More walks this year as we watch Blake Trinan start to get ready.
That's a strike, 3-2. Victor had the lowest walk rate in the majors last year. Walked just 2 of the 80 batters that he faced. He's walked 9 this year. Arte at first, one gone. A 3-2 coming to Pavin Smith. We'll do it again. Bouncing ball, Joey along first. Muncy delivers.
うまいな。セカンド入るのも。ファーストの送球もうまい。ツーアウト。
It was really well done by both Max Muncy and Chris Taylor. And again, Chris Taylor's speed comes into play to get all the way over there from where he was positioned defensively. In time. Keep your toes healthy. Look where he is coming from. He is sprinting over there, breaks it down, has to find the bag and the ball at the same exact time, and perfectly executed.
UVA guy getting a UVA guy over there first. Up to Tim Locastro with 2 gone in the 8th inning. Castro 0 for 2 tonight. He's got Marte at second. And he's got Victor Gonzalez coming home with the first one. Looper to short. There's Lux. There's the inning. Lead-off walk and some moments in that inning, but no damage against Victor Gonzalez in 4-2.
この回無失点。4番から。次は4番から。
よしよし。筒香一発頼むぜ。さあ筒香だ。さあ筒香さん、打つなら今しかねえ。よし頑張れ。未来人だけど筒香がホームラン打ったで。
未来人来た。
相手 P 変わる。えなし。
迷ってる。どうしよっかな。どうする？大丈夫な気が。よいしょ。薄めで。打ったら、筒香が打ったら、打ったら、ハイライトっていうか、それを流しますね。打ったら。打てはすぐにリプレイが流れるからね。それを流します。流さない。流さないけど。何か始まった。
Absolutely. A little line drive. Oops. Gets by the right fielder. We'll take it. 3 more outs away from a series win for the Dodgers. See you after the game.
All right, guys, as Caleb Smith comes on to pitch. Second appearance of the series for Smith. 2 scoreless innings on Monday night.
Fastball slider curve change. The lefty is going to be attacking these Dodgers and trying to hold them in check. Dodgers trying to stretch this 2-run lead.
チェックされてる。よしよし。または筒香。
Good hand from the crowd here at Dodger Stadium. Some split attention tonight between this one and that one.
目をつけられてる。
All eyes are on the Dodgers now for sure if they were flipping back and forth.
If you were, he missed a bit of a come from behind job tonight.
モノマネ。
Arizona took a 2-0 lead in the fourth.
あ、初球。
This is Yoshi
外のボール
Suzuki.
見送ってボール。 93マイル見送ってボール。ワンボールノーストライク。 8回の裏、ノーアウトランナーはなし。先頭の筒香。2球目。ボール。これも見送ってボール。2ボールノーストライク。ボールで入りますね。ピッチャーは
実況はブルーアイでお送りします。
背番号31、左投げ。高めのまっすぐ空振り。まっすぐ93マイル空振り。2ボールワンストライク。ボール。これも見送ってボール。3ボールワンストライク。筒香選球運がいいので、カウントはボール先行が多いね。3ボールワンストライク。
How about you get let go by another club in the second game with the new club, the world champions?
4球チャンス。そう。あった94マイル打って。みんな。ファウル。ファウル。94マイル打っていてファウル。なんとかファウル。
Diamondbacks converging on the railing of the Dodger dugout. I think it does hit the top of the padding of the rail.
おー、危ない。
Wow. Incoming.
Look out. What's with Muncie and railings and stanchions, nets,
plexiglass?
アメリカナイズされたな。
あ、フルカウント。空振り三振。あ、すごい。空振りしてしまうね。当たらなかった。高めの93マイル。なんだろう。まっすぐ。ちょっとタイミングがなかったね。三振。
筒香、ドンマ、いや。
So here's Taylor. Final game of this series tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Bullpen game for the Dodgers and Arizona. Chance they go with Merrill Kelly, although they've kind of been day to day and
2回空振りしてしまったからね。
all the injury issues they're dealing with. But the bullpen day sets
ちょっと高めで
Power for the first game
打
against
ち
the
にくい
Giants.
高めかもしれない。
Power and then Buehler.
149キロだからそんなに速くないな。
そうだね。スピード自体は打ってセンター。
Way up there. And when it comes down,
4打数1安打1打点1三振。
よいしょ。ね、2割5分。今は4安打して1点返したから。そうだね。センターフライでツーアウト。まあまあ、ターナーもゲッツーだし、今日はターナーもゲッツーだから。
Although able to extend his on-base streak with that walk, all 15 games in
ま
May.
たラックス
Lux.
空振り、初球空振り。
Pitch, strike one. Arizona in the ninth inning, Rojas, Escobar, and Young against Kenley Jansen. Ground ball,
抜ける。おー、抜けた。ライト前ヒット。一塁の横を抜けるヒット。
Gavin continues his hot May and hot homestand. We've seen the power stroke, the grand slam yesterday, a 3-run homer earlier in the homestand, and now finds a base hit tonight to get
狭いところ抜け
on
た。
the board.
First chance up there tonight for DJ Peters, who came on as a pinch runner for Albert Pujols after Albert had a pinch hit base hit. Dodger pinch hitters 3 for 3 at least in terms of reaching base.
なるほど。
Singles for Pujols and Raley.
次の回はそれでは終わり。
Line drive and the key play of the day.
OPS
by Rojas to right.
8。
Allowing the
8を
go-ahead
超えれ
run
ば
to come in. Tie and run and go-ahead run.
ワンアウトランナー一塁。
1 ball, 1 strike.
ボール。
Seen DJ having some, as you've described it, priceless conversations with Albert Pujols for these few days. Soaking up everything he can.
ねえ、そうだね。1点は大きかった。
Ahead 2-1.
ボール。
Speeds up the learning curve. You can hear all the information, but when you hear one of the greats and their priority list, you sometimes start re-ranking your priority list. Or if it's the same, it really gives you more confidence to say, I have found what I need, and I really need to concentrate on it.
まだまだこれから。
It's like reading a book about a subject and going, okay, now I can do this, but it's a lot better when you talk to somebody who's already done it or is still doing it. Really takes the book and breaks it apart and puts it back together.
Lux at first, 2 gone. 2-1 pitch. Inside on Peters. Ball 3.
This is a count where if DJ can barrel one up, we can see a lot of his power in action.
Instead, he takes the walk.
4球。
And the scoring position goes Lux. It's 3 walks for the Dodgers over the last 2 innings.
4球。ツーアウト2塁で。さあ、バッターはオースティン。オースティン来た。バッターはオースティン。
Where you really root for Austin Barnes. He does such a nice job with Clayton Kershaw and their partnership. I'd like to see him get some offensive success.
He's got a chance here to
初球ストライク。
drive in a run for the 4th consecutive start. Hitting a walk with 2 gone here in the 8th. Dodgers looking for their 16th win against Arizona here in their last 18 head-to-head games.
オースティンはアメリカ人。
They try to send the Diamondbacks overall to their 13th defeat in their last 16 games. Only the Rockies and the Pirates with worse records than Arizona right now. Smith's 1-1 and Barnes out in front of it 1-2.
なんか当たらないな。ワンボールツーストライク。
Veteran catcher behind the plate, Stephen Vogt.
オースティンは2割2分6厘。
With a high fastball in a key situation in the last at bat. Just threw him a breaking ball. What's he going to go with here? Something different, the breaking ball. Lift it up.
2 on, 2 out. Another 1-2 pitch. Taken high, ball 2. Sheldon Noisy, last man on Dave Roberts' bench. Barnes can keep the inning going and come up in the 9 spot. Barnes working another long at bat here. 2-2 pitch from Caleb Smith. Somebody made a good catch. On the 7th pitch, Barnes swings through it, and that's the inning. Fasten those seatbelts to the 9th.
変化球に当たらず三振。
Heart of the order coming up against Kenley
さ
Jansen.
あ、抑え背番号74。背番号74。よいしょ。うん。
ジャンセン。
よいしょ。ジャンセン。ケンリージャンセン。
クブルアイちゃん。
ググってないよ。あれ見てる。こんにちは。
メジャー選手メーカー見てるの？
メジャー選手メーカー見てるよ。年俸が2000万ドル。2000万ドル？え？
さっき筒香さんの移籍も初ヒット出たみたいですね。
20億？うん、そう。初ヒット、初タイムリー。高いね。
On to try and lock down the save. He got the save in the
2000
first game
万
of
ドル。
this series. He's only
20
got
億だよ
2
ね。
hits this month in his 7 appearances, but he's going to have to earn it here
これ
as
年
he
俸
faces off with Rojas, Escobar, and Young. The heart of the
年俸なのかな？
The save on Monday was
年
the
俸なんだろう
320th
ね。
of his Dodger career. Ties him with Dennis Eckersley for the third most
ホームランも見
runs
たい
behind
ね。
the great Rivera and another Hall of Famer in Trevor Hoffman.
We've seen it do it with just the cutter, and we've also seen him use the full pitch mix with the two-seamer that can reach 96, 97 miles an hour, and also his slider that he'll surprise you with. Really interesting how he has gotten wiser and wiser with the mechanics and also with the pitch selection to know when to surprise the hitters and go a different direction.
本当に？
Well, how big does that Mookie Betts double to follow up the misplay in right field? Look as you go into the 9th and face this
ね、そうなんだよ
lineup.
ね。
3 guys who can take it
ま
out
ず
of
間
the
違い
park
があるしね。
with just a little bit of insurance from Betts' RBI double. Making that a 3-run 7th. That's the difference in this game as we go to the 9th. Jansen against Rojas.
でもダルビッシュは2200万ドル。
Rojas 0 for 2 today. Walked in front of Escobar's homer in the
2200
fourth.
万。日本円で約22億。
One of the top hitters in the league this month, Rojas swings and
そうなんだよ
misses
ね、
on
空振り。
Well-placed cutter right there. First one at 90 was a little straighter and higher. That one had the great cutting action right at the top of the strike zone.
よいしょ。ダルビッシュ、そうだね。ググっても2000万ドルって出る。
Now 1-2.
ベイスターズが変えてしまう。
本当だ。
2006まで保守。
2006まで保守してたんだ。そうなんだ。
This is where you don't know what he's going to throw. The cutter looks locked in. He's hitting that spot, but sometimes he will surprise you. Looks like they're going away.
With the two-seam at 96.
22億。やばくない。
It's the same arm speed for both pitches. Just one goes completely
そうなの、わざと。
into
や
the back
ばいよね。ダルビッシュは
So you get full arm speed at 96. The
6年間で60億。なるほど。あ、なるほど。そういうのもある。確かにね。問題になったしね。ダルビッシュお金持ちだ。
Trying to go away with a little tailing action at 94. Wouldn't be surprised if they come back in now that they've shown him that
ツ
side
ー
of
ボー
the
ル
plate.
ツーストライク。ちなみに、このピッチャー、ケンリー・ジャンセンは去年、新型コロナ感染の後遺症に悩まされながら、リーグ3位の11セーブ。だが、ワールドシリーズでは打ち込まれ、世界一を決める試合も出番なし。とのこと。
Pretty good just about everywhere, though. In this breakout season for the 26-year-old.
33歳。
最近は大家が化け物すぎてそっちの話題ばかりだな。
Another 2-2 from
本当だね、
Jansen.
確かに。空振り三振。96マイル高め、空振り三振。
あえてセカンドランナーをサードへ歩かせた。
なるほどね。
Kenley's strength early in the count, and then he went with a secondary strength, which is the velocity at the top of the strike zone with the two-seamer.
なるほど。
94 to 97
制限持っ
miles
て
an
これ
hour
る。
out there. You can't
ワ
catch
ナ
up.
と。これでワナと。
Circuit number 10 means everybody gets a jumbo jack tomorrow at LA area restaurants with the purchase of a large drink.
バッター。
Dodgers 4, D-backs 2.
バッターエスコバ。
Eduardo Escobar.
4番、あ、違う。
With Clayton Kershaw
Escobar.
deep for Arizona's runs in this game. A slider on the first pitch. 0-1.
初球変化球でストライク。
Stealing a strike with it and also developing a little feel for it.
Quickly 0-2.
空振り。
We've seen nights where Kenley does hit that 95, 97 range, but then all of a sudden falls back into 89 to 91. Like the fact that he's repeating tonight.
Going up with an 0-2 pitch. Here he comes. Very high this time. Is Escobar dropping the bat?
96マイルが顔付近。
96 with a little cutting action.
And his life
ワンボール
flashing
ツース
before
トライ
his
ク。
eyes there.
I think Kenley just gave us a little cute clue of what the mechanics is he's working on to get that velocity. That little
Escobarは
hip
両打
flex
ち。
that he did right before he comes set to kind of remind himself to, use
It's all
your
in
hips.
the hips.
Yep.
It's all in
エス
the
コバーは向
hips.
こうのチーム。
Two gone.
エ
in
ス
the
コバーは
ninth
向こうの
inning.
チーム。三振ツーアウト。 エスコバーはダイヤモンドバックスの4番。
Accentuation of those hips
これでツーアウト。
separates the shoulders and the hips and brings the arm through at a greater
エスコバーがい
velocity.
る。
ただいま。
1回に、またまた高めのまっすぐ、空振り、三振。
Up to Andrew
バ
Young,
ッター
trying to keep it alive
ヤ
for
ング。
David Peralta. Bouncing ball to
セカンド
second.
ゴロ。
Takes a tough bounce, but
セ
Taylor
カンドゴロ
goes
で試合終了。
a three-run seventh.
ドジャース優勝。
And 7-1 on this homestand with one game left.
Well, pretty much, if you take the bad road trip at 2-8 and now this homestand, they're at 500 over the course of those games and kind of erase that flat tire.
Jansen
優
passes
勝。
Eckersley alone in third for the most saves with one
ド
team.
ジャース優勝。
A 1-2-3
強かったね。
tonight with a couple of strikeouts.
強かった。
Fastball routine
畳みかけた。
96. Mookie Betts with a key RBI double in that three-run seventh inning. They take advantage of some poor defense from Arizona and win their 16th out of their last 18 against the Diamondbacks in this ballpark. Paul Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew. Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet.
ちょっとダイヤモンドバックスはエラー内野がちょっと取れなかったから、それが響いたというか、それで3失点。
ロジャース横浜優勝。筒香さん打点おめでとう。
ねえ、そうだね、筒香よかった。もうおしまい。
ロジャース優勝。
では、これでおしまいです。
質問は
この放送をおしまいにしますね。
横浜時代の選球眼が戻りつつある場合かなって。
そうだね、本当に、良かったよ、選球が良かった。見送り方が、いい時っぽい。では、
仕事に戻ります。お疲れ様。
では、この放送はここでおしまい。
おつです。ありがとうございます。お疲れ様でした。愛ちゃん、お疲れ様。この先のキスの歌にしたいだな。ありがとう。また後ほど。お疲れ様でした。ほんと、ここで終わらずに大活躍してほしい。おつでした。また試合あればまた夜に。おつした。疲れちゃったってそんなことすごく嬉しいな。淡くにじんだ傷口君の心の入り口チクチク痛そうだ。いじらしい痛みはおそろい。盲目になったんだ。だから目をそらそう。世界なんて全部閉ざしてしまおうよ。もうずっと息ができないよね。きっと君もそうでしょ。君も一緒なんでしょ。僕が描いた世界に招待してあげる。笑ったいいよ。お疲れ様でした。どこかちょっと切なくたっていいよ。おつやで。君と僕のワールド。では、諸君、未来で会おう。話そうよ。おつ。傷ついた。君が好き。もういいかい。もういいよ。バイバイ。行かないで。苦しいよ。ねえ、もうずっと息ができない。